classic Alliance, one of the streams, a big performer. I know you believe they'll actually win the entire tournament, judging by your compendium predictions send. Up against Team Spirit.
Yeah, I have them definitely placed very high.
Radiant team pick.
Going into the tournament for me was between Alliance, EG, and eHome as the three favorites. eHome yesterday did not look good, so that increases Alliance's chance. And I'm just excited to see them play. I think they've been looking really strong lately in multiple tournaments since the patch came out. They've recovered fully from being in a slump for like a year and a half. So it's very good to see. They're great guys, and I really wish them all the success that they're having.
Alliances
right
turn to pick.
And let's see if they can get off to a good start. Their opponent, Team Spirit, a team which, as far as like predictions go, as far as stats go, as far as any kind of performance since the qualifiers itself, not many people will be backing Team Spirit based on that. Like, they've been having a very, very rough run. And when they do fire up, it's normally in the back of like their big stars, Ramses as well as Iceberg.
Beastmaster.
Oh.
Radiant team pick.
I was actually wondering, because we were talking about this before the game would begin, like what would happen with the first part of the draft. You were talking about Lone Druid being a critical thing. I was like, if you take out Chen and Prophet, then Alliance's really early pushing power disappears. All three of these heroes were taken out, and Alliance willingly gives Team Spirit Earth Spirit.
And get some early push with Enchantress Beastmaster. So
seems like a fair trade.
Yeah, I really like this
10
Enchantress
seconds
pickup.
remaining.
I think when these other pushing heroes are out of the pool
5
already, and
seconds
quite a bit of
remaining.
the offlane annoyance factor that both Prophet bring are
Faceless
gone,
Void.
it opens up for this. This is one of the last
Radiant team back.
annoying offlaners that remain in the pool is Faceless Void, and Spirit are going to grab it. Not the best synergy with Earth Spirit ever, depending on how you layer your abilities. It can be really.
I'm interested to see why Beastmaster was picked in the first two. I
10
don't know if it's something that
seconds
Team Spirit would
remaining.
really be banding out in the second phase. And then you're getting it over, like you could have easily
Alliances
gone for your
turn to
VS
ban.
early pickup, which may be banned out now by Team Spirit if they worry about the canister void. Like, why the Beastmaster in the first two? Is it really worth the push?
I think that hero is just underrated right now.
But it's underrated like everything
10
else. Bulldog off.
seconds
Like, he
remaining.
could have been waiting for this, like a second phase Broodmother or something like that.
I'm not sure it's
5
Bulldog playing it
seconds
yet.
remaining.
Oh really?
They could play it mid on S4. It's a pretty good
Radiant
playmaking
team back.
hero. Since the hero received some buffs, it's actually pretty strong in lane, one-on-one. It beats a lot of mid matchups. Yeah, I think they keep their options open this way, and if they want to go super greedy, it could technically jungle. But since they have an Ench, it might be offlane. Who knows? We'll wait and see.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
regardless, it's just I think the vision from Hawk is really good.
Alliances turn to
Obviously, in
ban.
this, the way we've seen so far, the teams that have been dominating have play fast early generally. So Beastmaster's aura to take down towers and comes online quickly with the roar can do a lot.
10 seconds remaining.
I also want to keep in mind too, like Alliance, when we're going through this, Team Spirit
5
did
seconds
choose
remaining.
first pick, and Alliance chose Dire Side. Alliance are renowned level 1
Reserve
Roshanas.
time.
I don't know if we're gonna like flag it just off the first two right now, but they like both Beastmaster and Ench
Alliances
can both at
turn
least
to pick.
assist in that.
Yeah, I mean they could try it. It's
I just don't know if S4 is feeling that. Like if they have to, like if they want to make a message early on, it's like always check Roshan, always have a look around for us.
Yeah, because like if you have a plan of sneaking into the level 1 Rosh, you would maybe do it against an opponent that you're considered more evenly matched with. I think it's very clear that Alliance are the favorites for this one,
10
so they shouldn't
seconds
need
remaining.
to cheese, if you want to call it that. I think they're just going to play like standard
5
lanes, just
seconds
go
remaining.
in with the strategies they've practiced and try to make the most. For now,
Reserve
Beast,
time.
I like the bans a lot of banning out Witch Doctor and Death Prophet. I think those were
Queen
two
of
really troublesome heroes for them to play
Radiant
up against
team
the Void
pick.
with. It's gonna be a quap. So this is something I was talking about yesterday when teams were given Earth Spirit. Okay, if you give Earth Spirit, at least get a mid hero that can't be abused too hard by Earth Spirit's rotations. Get someone with escape abilities, so at least at level 1, he can't just roll on you and kill you with an orb. Quaps blinks. I like this. I was
10
asking for this
seconds
yesterday specifically.
remaining.
Quap or puck mid against Earth.
You're also asking as well.
5
like, we were having a bit of a
seconds
chat before
remaining.
this game began, and we're wondering, like, okay, how does Alliance really set the tempo? Like, do they wait their 30, 40
Reserve
minutes
time.
before they hit the perfect timing push? And how do you then actually keep pressure on Team Spirit. And like you look to S4, like you look to the mid laners to do this right now as opposed to your off lane, and a hero like a Queen of Pain is able to fill that role perfectly. As long as he doesn't get like, as long as he gets something out the mid lane. Like yeah, you can escape the Earth Spirit, but you still need to have a presence in the lane.
Invoker.
It's gotta be mid. Oh, they have Void
Alliances
Invokers
turn
together.
to
This
pick.
is a really strong teamfight lineup for Team Spirit so far. Alliance looking more for early lane domination. The
Radiant
Alliance
team
Classic.
pick.
It is, and also with the coupling of Loda, that it could be Tiny, it could be CK, it could like they also used to run older combinations like Stealth Assassin as well as Phantom Assassin, in combination with the Wisp too. So there's no way Goblak on his 5th ban here can hit the mark perfectly unless he knows something through the scrims they've been having previously.
Trying to think of which IO partner is the best
10
right here.
seconds
'cause
remaining.
Alliance obviously have quite a few options here. If they do like an
5
IO +1
seconds
off
remaining.
lane together with Enchantress rotating, it could put a lot of pressure on lane. Spirit secure
Alliances
themselves pretty
turn
well with
to
the gyro
ban.
pick. I'm not sure they're completely safe yet. They need a strong lane support for that to not. Or Alliance can just obviously just play it safe and safe lane it. I'm thinking the main appeal right now would be probably a Sven. Seems very good against Gyrocopter. Against the Flat Cannon. I'm pretty sure Goldback's
Radiant
gonna see that
team
and ban it
ban.
out. No, he's gonna go for the CK. So I think this is a Sven pickup
Alliances
for Alliance.
turn to pick.
CK could have also been very good. Although Gyro and Invoker actually do have really good AoE damage together with this.
This is something where, like, if you are a Team Spirit fan, you're gonna be so happy with what's been picked up already. Like, it's ultimate comfort zone. Like, Goldblack has actually drafted everything which Team Spirit always plays, is very comfortable with. The obviously downside of that is Alliance will probably be very aware of what's coming out.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there's the Wisp Tiny pickup for them.
Radiant team
This
pick.
like this draft doesn't feel imbalanced. Like even with the last pickup from Team Spirit, like they find one good support that they feel comfortable with. They don't have great control. Like the only thing which is really good that's up against the Wisp, which is left, is something like a Disruptor, because the Witch Doctor and the Bane were both banned out. So like that's the last one that's left. Your laning gets a little weaker with that, just a little. And what else can you get?
10 seconds remaining.
Like support-wise, the only other thing that's coming to mind is
5
Crystal
seconds
Maiden, just because how
remaining.
good she is cleaning out the Beastmaster, like the boar and such. But she could easily be food as well.
Reserve
Just
time.
Just rely on the glimpse. Godbless gonna take his time for it. So yeah, you're
Well,
right.
he's got plenty of it, so might as well think about the options. I think Disruptor is very good. They could try for a Lion if they wanted, or a Lina. I think that's a bit greedy though.
Maybe they're also debating their laning phase. Because you ask yourself the question, like, does S4 go to the mid with this, or do you actually run the Wisp Tiny mid and push S4 into the safe lane?
Yeah. I feel like Alliance can almost do whatever they want with their picks as far as laning goes. That's why it's so difficult for Team Spirit to predict. They could IO Tiny dual offlane with Enchantress rotating. That lane is actually really strong. Then Beastmaster safe lane quad mid. Beast could be mid quad top. They safe lane IO Tiny, they could mid lane it. Just more in the farming aspect of stacking.
The only concern I'd have is if you did that, then the Faces Void will get in a pretty easy level 6.
Yeah, there's obviously always going to be a trade-off. But I do think Queen of Pain is one of the better matchups against Void, just one-on-one. You can, sure, you can time walk off the Scream, but you use a couple of Shadow Strikes and just keep hitting him out of the lane. Harass. That's something to hear.
Interesting choice with the Shadow Demon as the last one.
It's good against Beastmaster Roar. So that's kind of nice.
I was expecting some kind of like harder disable against Queen of Pain or some better control on the Tiny.
Yeah, now that Alliance see this, they can make their decision as to if they want to aggressive try or not. So I think Godlike was thinking along the same lines. Okay, how are Alliance laning? We need to pick something that is good enough in case they want to aggressively pressure us, so we can secure our own, and something that will. Shadow Demon Earth Spirit Gyrocopter potential tri-lane is pretty good. I actually still think Alliance could beat it if they play the Enchantress bottom. I don't think Shadow Demon is
10
strong enough
seconds
early
remaining.
on. And I'm saying that with a lane that has Gyro. But if you think of how Gyro works,
5
Enchantress
seconds
is actually really
remaining.
good against it with the creeps. Not with her hero, but the creeps just running in, tanking the Rocket Barrage. They put a lot of pressure. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, To start it off, Team Spirit, the best of 3, up against Alliance.
Prepare
One of the
for
clear
battle.
favorites, but Team Spirit, they've been known to topple giants before, and it hasn't been clean topples, but they definitely are fighters in their comfort zone. So we start off our laning phase. Looks like RK is only going to be he's the only one to actually jump out and TP to get a very early aggressive ward in the mid lane. So they can see what's going to happen there. EGM, is this... So we still don't know our lanes yet. Like S4's walking around with like some consumables plus a mango, so it looks like he was probably going to the top lane.
Yeah, this looks like a safe lane co-op build in a mid-IO tiny. It's almost guaranteed actually, the item builds they have already in the Beastmaster offlane with probably help from the Enchantress. They're gonna do like a 2-on-2 bottom with a roaming Earth Spirit probably. And I see quite a bit of potential for Alliance to get a killer even with a dual lane, especially knowing that the IO can rotate down. Never forget the quick rotations that can come from either a TP or just contesting the rune and then immediately tethering down into the... Team Spirit definitely have to secure their mid lane and the bottom lane as much as they can and just have Void play alone. Completely alone and get as much as he can against this.
Team Spirit are going to try and contest the bottom rune. So they're actually making a play for both S4 as well as Afterlife will battle for the top rune. We'll keep our eye on the bottom as Loda. Oh, they put EGM on the cliff and Ramses, he's stuck on top of the hillside. I was watching EGM before up there, and now Ramses has no way down. He's cliffed as a gyrocopter at level 1, and he can't go to the lane now. And even then, they just lost their rating. Observer ward in mid, so Loda gets to tango that one out. This is not the start, and RK is just... He's Warden. He's Warden of Ramses' gyrocopter.
Yeah, they're gonna need to wait and try to ferry out a TP to him now, so Earth Spirit has to commit a lot of time here to just keeping Aki away. If Aki kills this courier, this is like an early game completely lost for Team Spirit. They absolutely can't lose this now. They have to reinforce so hard.
Not while I'm around.
I don't think... So they're gonna give the TP to always want to fly. I'm not sure he can just pass it on up here.
He can't. The courier has to...
I don't think he can reach.
He can boulder up.
He could boulder up.
That's
yeah.
probably... That's going to be the
Boulder up,
safest way they can do it. Yeah. There we go. So now Ramses can get himself out of there. RK obviously has no stuns, and Ramses comes to the bottom lane. And Godlike in the meantime, he hasn't got any CS out being in this lane. And Admiral Bolo's actually been having the time of his life here.
Yeah, he's already got level 2.5. He's getting help from Ake. This is a problem for Team Spirit, to say the least. Already going to be harassing this very much with the Enchantress down there.
Very aggressive observer wards from RK too. He really wants to know what's happening inside this jungle. He was scouted out by a nice observer ward from Team Spirit. So they know that RK is playing very aggressive inside the Radiant jungle, but... Okay, yeah. 2 Hadoukens. And the EGM and Loda... Okay, Loda doesn't have enough mana, so he can't harass into Iceberg at the moment. And well, they go for it.
That is not where you want to be. Always want to fly.
He's already used his boulders, so there's no easy escape. Goldblack's going to rotate over too. He's got Disruption and Catcher, but now you go for another double Hadouken with a tether forward from EGM with a spirit damage. They got the kill. There's no way Goldblack can survive. Even that before everything's over. Disrupt up, but First Blood is spilled by Alliance. So not only do they clip the gyrocopter, but they've now established almost permanent control of Team Spirit's jungle.
I'm very surprised that Always Wanna Fly actually even tried to contest Ake. There is no way this is going to work out well when you know he already has one Satyr and you're assuming he has a second creep. Even if they go together, Shadow Demon and Earth Spirit, I think they both die. Enchantress is just absolutely god tier at this phase of the game against that type of support duo that doesn't have damage. They just can't kill. They need the gyro for it, and if he leaves lane, it's super obvious to Bulldog. Good start for Alliance. They're pretty much getting everything they want. They're winning all 3 lanes handily right now on CS. Yeah, this is not the matchup Team Spirit we're hoping for, I think. Lanes go.
But when you have a moment where you get clipped, like in your first game as Dota Major and your gyrocopter finds yourself up on a hillside, like that already puts you into a very negative mindset. They've got to pull themselves out of it. Just bit by bit, slow down the lane, stabilize things. Because you are going to catch up in CS, like you are running yourself the gyrocopter. Yes, you're probably going to have like Wiz tiny stacks coming up. In fact, it looks like they've already, like they did the prep work by taking up the trees early on. The EGM's only got 1 stack. Oh wow, Afterlife, no he didn't just use that, he just used Time Walk. As Arcane comes in behind. Afterlife is able to escape this with a scream and damage into the trees. S4 gets an easy kill.
2 creeps are going to deal a lot of damage. time he was getting still mid onto Iceberg. So EGM getting that rune brought Loda back up to combo
Radiant's
range.
top tower is under attack.
There's very minimal counterplay from Team Spirit right now. Red Spirit is now standing in mid lane, can't really go in at all. Shadow Demon has to be bottom to keep this Gyrocopter safe, who's playing a level 3 against a level 5 Beastmaster. That's a very difficult lane to kill. And that's... Gyro is a hero that usually does, you know, very well in one matches, but the fact that he was clipped in the start and Bulldog got the level advantage and then got the first blood in the enemy jungle puts him in such a good spot to play this lane. And when he gets level 6, he could even be looking for a solo kill, so Shadow Demon, he's immobilized by it.
Yep. It's actually like the perfect scenario if you want to have the Beastmaster not only off to a good start and good levels, but it means when that Raw is up, it's still like you can look for a solo kill, and that kind of momentum means the Necrobook Beastmaster play is easily able to come online and not have to wait forever, like a Beastmaster like Iron Taloning the side camp to get all that farm up and running. Iceberg's also realizing the peril of that mid lane. Just the easy move to a toss back of Loda, but they just win on positioning more than anything else at the start of these fights. Until Ramses is able to get a call down, or until you get Chrono up and running, Team Spirit don't really have that great a team fight contest. And Loda, goodbye Spirit fight. He's gonna try and go for the kick. Gets one stun for the boulder. He can't go far enough away. EGM just finishes the job.
Just looking at this Invoker being level 4 and not having the money for a TP scroll right now, so he's gonna run all the way back to lane. This high ground ward that Alliance had in mid was not the ward that they had the entire first 7 minutes, and it's difficult to find a bright spot for Team Spirit right now, to be honest with you. They're at 3,500 gold behind minute 530. Their support duo is not strong. They don't have their spells online yet. No Chrono available, no cooldown. Invoker can't fight yet. It's like, it looks like they're scrambling for any sort of opening on the map, but they've dropped
I think Afterlife's dead.
too respective.
Again, the Shadow Strike just... Wait, no, did Arke... Oh, he's waiting. Because the Time Walk was just baited out by S4, because he went for the Shadow Strike. He doesn't have enough mana for the ultimate, however, and up to the trees and get the hell out.
Barely surviving.
Had a little scrappy. Like Queen of Pain because he went for the Shadow Strike early on. He was holding on to the point. S4 was holding on to the point to realize if he wants Sonic Wave or not.
And he doesn't.
Went for the third
Radiant's
point
top
stream.
tower is under attack.
It's kind of like the older downside when you ran the big quaps. Like you didn't go for Sonic Wave because you just didn't have the mana pool to support it.
He's got one Sage's Mask. He might actually buy a second, start building up for that Orchid, just getting this plane to just keep with the harassment. See what it does. I'm still just looking at Team Spirit and waiting for them to try to make a play, and they finally used the Smoke of Deceit on Earth Spirit and Shadow Demon. This is the kind of play that just has to work out. They're rotating to mid, Iceberg is setting up.
The kicks off target though. Crossed over on Swift, but Loda then just initiates onto Iceberg. And Loda, very deep underneath the tower. EGM can tether himself forward, but Arcade keeps rotated over, which means they're going to guarantee kill over on Iceberg. EGM, he is low, but like dizzy and 2 supports that committed a smoke gang trying to kill off the Wisp. The Black Dragon, it's not possible. Loda still going down. That's the bigger rotation. The toss back Loda, he walked into the cooldown. Wisp in a bit more of a random position. And with the rotation in from the Faceless Void, he'll find his level 6. And they get a big kill onto Alliance. They bring down the mid-tiny.
That wasn't too great for Team Spirit, but it was good enough. Just trading 2 for 2 right now is good. Even
Radiant's
The
bottom
swing
tower
golden
is under
experience,
attack.
like, it's always going to go your way when you're this far behind.
Dire's
yeah,
middle tower is
they
under
made
attack.
the rotation though. They committed a lot.
Radiant
They
structures
sent all
are
5 heroes
fortified.
mid for that play. They rotated
Radiant's
over
bottom
the Void.
tower is under
They
attack.
ported in the gyro, and that of course is ultimately going to cost them a tier 1 tower bottom. So in the in the grand scheme of things, probably not even worth it after all. But they have to try. If they're not making plays, this map is falling apart very, very soon. So you've got to look for more of this from Team Spirit, but then just
Radiant's
a bit
top
better
tower
execution.
is under
The
attack.
kick missed,
Mm-hmm.
and it really impacted the.
They're going to go on S4.
Radiant's
Chrono
bottom
straight
tower
up.
is
Don't give
fortified.
S4 time to get out there. Really? He actually gave enough space with that Chronosphere that Ramses could move up the side of the Chrono and let the Rock Barrage damage hit into S4.
Radiant's middle
But the
tower
trade-off
is
is
under
tier 1
attack.
tower on bottom lane Bulldog, and he's already got
Radiant
his level 1
structures
Necro.
are fortified.
Yeah, minute 8:30. Yeah, that's very, very fast. He could be looking at a sub 15 Necro 3 on this Beastmaster, or around 15, especially if they get another tower or Roshan.
Dire's top tower is under
very,
attack.
very good timing. Arceus, however, not too high level actually. Alliance's supports are not really far ahead of the Radiant supports, so.
Well, Aki spent most of his time just influencing the lanes or ganking behind.
Yeah.
Like, the only camp he's farmed up was the one where Ramses is right now, up next to the Radiant Secret Shop, and that's because he had vision there. That's another big thing to point out. Alliance had very aggressive vision on the map, but they just lost 2 of their aggressive observer wards. The one, which was deep-watered up here on the hill next to the Radiant Ancients, and the other one directly behind the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. They now actually, like, they even have a single... They don't have a single obs ward on the field. Like, they actually have to rely on the Beastmaster, Hawks, and Bulldog to see. Not that's really much of a downgrade.
That is pretty much what's happening right now. We just saw 2 heroes farming
Radiant's
the jungle.
top tower is
A
under
little bit of family
attack.
farming here from Goblik and Afterlife. Interesting to note, by the way, Goblik didn't skill Shadow Poison. This is a very unusual Shadow Demon build. It's centered around
Radiant's
doing as
top
much damage
tower
as
has
possible
fallen.
in the disruption combo, together with maybe a Sunstrike or the following call down Rocket Barrage. But generally, you get at least 1 point of Shadow Poison for the little vision it gives, to be able to clear out stacks, to prevent Blink Daggers and disruption, but obviously we're not in that state yet for Loda, but it might not take too long.
Oh, he's gonna find severe trouble. He's gonna go for the kick. Manages to hit both RK as well as Bulldog. Also buy him time
Dire's
to get
middle
into the tree
tower
lines,
is under
buy a
attack.
TV scroll, and just get the hell out of there. He'll make a break for the tree line. The Radiant Creep Wave is gonna keep following him until he does that.
All
They're gonna
things
go a mid.
fall.
Gold Black, he gets the disruption. The counter over and then the Chronos here. He's gonna cancel the aggressive TP to the map.
Dire's under attack.
Still did do a lot of work, and the Lotus Tiny is down. And not taking too much damage from Ramses with the
Dire's
one
top
charge
tower
through
is
enough
under
to keep
attack.
Ramses alive. Arcade Bulldog hot on the trail, however. The kick will come through from Always Wanna Fly, but it's a little bit too late. While Afterlife, he's basically gone AWOL. He's got Time Walk mana available, but he can't use both, and now they're going to relocate up from EGM. Where's the Spirits? He can't TP out. Afterlife does not have the mana for it, and EGM Spirits just... Well, actually, they time out now. So EGM does not find the kill with a relocate.
This is gonna take Afterlife a long time before he can get home. If he walks down right now,
Radiant's
he'll be spotted by
bottom
the creep wave,
tower
but
is
he's
under
just gonna wait up
attack.
here for like a good 15 seconds before he has mana for the TP. Hope he doesn't time walk now, then it's gonna take forever. No. He's gonna keep calling himself in.
Radiant's
Thus,
bottom
again, it's
tower
decent
is
for
under
Team Spirit.
attack.
They got a trade, I think they traded 2 for 3, but considering the state of the game, still pretty fine. They get levels on some key heroes, now it's level 6. They got a kill on Loda, obviously. Now Iceberg will finally be finding his Midas in just a moment.
There's also the fact that Ramsey's got that solo kill onto S4. Because that's what it ended up being. So he got a lot of experience out of that too, as well as money. So the SMY is getting closer and closer to the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, he's actually pretty farmed. He's highest net worth.
Yep. Didn't actually see exactly how much he got for it. So yeah, killing off S4, he got 667 gold for that kill.
Yep.
So while the Sonic Wave may have looked really impressive from S4, because he got both the Invoker as well as the Earth Spirit, like financially it didn't mean as much.
And you have to remember before that he also killed his 4 top during the chrono. So he's brought him down twice.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I was expecting from Alliance. They have a really good lineup taking Roach on the Dire. Team Spirit, even if they were aware of this right now, I don't think they can catch it.
They're coming.
Maybe with Earth Spirit. That hero is pretty good, I heard.
They have called down as well.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
There you go. Like maybe a couple of seconds earlier if they had a look, but how do you even stop that with Alliance? Like, the lineup is that terrific at taking out Roshan. Like they've got a lot of survivability.
Oh, Stone Kick misses. That's a really big win. This gives so much information over to
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes, he will go down and be tossed around S4. Another double kill this time. Half-Life, he was a time walk away, and he's going to be able to. They're getting all of that damage of Alliance. Probably going to wait just 2 seconds before he can do it again, and 2 seconds is too long. It's now 12 to 6.
Radiant's middle
Alliance
tower
now.
is
This
under
time
attack.
they'll take a convincing fight,
Radiant
even if they do get
structures
3
are
men
fortified.
chronoed.
And the problem with that is it's such a good chrono, right? He gets a 3-hero chrono, they have call down on top, Invoker and Thunderstrike. He used Meteor
Radiant's
and
middle
Sunstrike
tower
on the
has
hero
fallen.
that escaped, which was the IO. And the reason is that the kick missed, so he's free to
Radiant's
go. He
middle
knows
tower
there's
is
no
under
other
attack.
catch that could have
Radiant
during
structures
the
are
tether.
fortified.
Gets back to safety, and Alliance taking a really big fight there. Looking to not push high ground just yet, but at the very least put a lot of pressure on Team Spirit and start invading their jungle a lot.
Well, they actually give a lot of respect by backing up. When there's no chrono down, like cooldown was coming back off cooldown, maybe that's something they were concerned about.
And Magnetize wasn't used, so
Yeah.
they know Earth Spirit has his ultimate.
Is
It's
this
very
is-
telegraphed in the fight that he uses it. You'll know if he has used Magnetize.
Is this an alliance? Like, okay, so the chrono happened, but like there was no extra damage coming down from the Invoker. The Gyrocopter's damage was kind of minimal as well, and no Magnetize being used. Do they still feel confident enough against Team Spirit where they can take a fight? Knowing that Team Spirit didn't use everything they could.
If they get the right initiation, I don't think Alliance will lose the fight. They have Loda with Aegis. If he gets in and just catches pretty much anyone, all of these Radiant heroes are really squishy. Like, it's almost a one-shot. I guess the Gyro will survive. He has pretty much health now with the S&Y build-up. But the other heroes will die to Loda's combo and like one Scream of Pain or something. So if they get the fight on their terms, they can actually it's going to be difficult for Team Spirit. So absolutely, they can definitely take the fights. And that's what's so beautiful about Beastmaster, right? They'll just know a lot of the time where the Team Spirit heroes are positioned. They can make an educated decision on what's. And until then, they can just pop.
Yep.
It's going to be a 15-minute Orchid for Quap. For good timing.
Is it really worthwhile as well for the Gyrocopter to use S&Y? Considering like Roar is the only other controlling factor that's not that will actually pierce immunity.
What should he go next?
Radiant's
I
bottom
still think he
tower
has to give
is
the
under
There's just
attack.
too much damage.
Yeah.
Tiny's combo, Spirits, Queen of Pain, Scream.
He needs something to get out of that Orchid as well. Like,
Yeah,
if he does
that
get
Orchid
silenced,
too.
he needs to get the Rocket Barrage, Black Cannon,
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Absolutely. If he doesn't go BKB, he could actually be the Orchid target. Although I think there are other higher priorities for S4, but
Oh, Afterlife's gonna be one of them. Can't touch Orchid all the way. It's gonna strike with 9. Okay, maybe it wasn't that great. They lose the Beastmaster. Well, it looks like Bulldog tried to come in from behind. Iceberg cannot get himself out of this one. Ramsey is getting rid of the Necro units, and maybe he will. 13 HP. The Shadow Strike will fly forward towards Ramses, but does not hit the target they wanted. And now we see if EGM, like sometimes you don't put it past him to go for those kind of things, and Ramsey's actually escorting Iceberg back, just in case.
I would really like to see Loda get a blink over this X. I know that Alliance, obviously, with the IO can farm really, really fast and feel like they have good control of the game, so he can just look for that greedy late game build. But it's just, when you have a Beastmaster like this and you have all that vision in the world, Loda should just be able to kill pretty much anyone. That fight was not an example of where he needs the blink, right? Because he got a combo on 2 heroes, but
Yeah.
they kind of set it up for him with the way they placed the chrono and walked in. But again, Alliance were not the initiators. It was Spirit making the first move. That's obviously going to be more of a tendency when you can't get in with the Tiny first.
Is it a mindset that Alliance can have, though, where you just wait for the late game? Like, you feel like with a Wiz Tiny, once he gets his Ags, once he gets his Assault Cuirass, like, then you just start taking out buildings and everything is right with the Alliance world.
I mean, there's no problem in playing it like this. It's not like it's a bad choice. It's just, I personally would have preferred the Blink Dagger build, because I think he would find extra kills and maybe in the end almost reach the Aghanims at the same time.
This guy.
That's a regular Kobold. There's one called Kobold Soldier.
Where is he? Where is he? I can't.
Find it!
Is he?
Yep,
there we go. Yeah, he looks like a red coat.
Yeah. Alright, we've resumed.
Alright. Well, welcome back to the game. The courier is moving items out and transferring it to Gold Black, so yay, everything seems to be working again.
Awesome.
So, now we see about theory craft. What time did you say before? You were
22 to 27.
22 to 27, and I was sitting at, I don't remember, because really, does my opinion even count when it comes to that kind of stuff?
I'm actually just I've completely lost track of the game. Gotta admit.
Get
We'll bring it
just think like Troy Bolton, man. Get your head in the game.
Alright, there goes
Dire's middle tower is under
They
attack.
will know. Well, we will know. Let's
So
see.
it's-
That's a really
it's
fast
through-
respawn.
Yeah, it's within the first minute of the 3 potential.
Yep.
Right, so you got your actions over on Tiny. You're saying you keep farming up until this point. The Radiant Observer Ward from Team Spirit is not close enough to see Roshan. This for me is a bit of a concern. But already they notice the Observer Ward down from Alliance. They're watching the front side of the pit. They know the second Team Spirit trying to even get wards over there.
Yeah.
They're going to be very aware of the vision game of Team Spirit, and now they're actually trying to play against it. They smoke up.
Radiant's
This is a
top
very
tower
interesting
is under attack.
Aggressive smoke here for the top lane. They're assuming someone's going to go and defend against Loda, and they actually have a very good flank move prepared. Oh, the Void. The Void's dead.
Roll minute. They're making sure he can't time walk out there, and the Orc is able to ensure that. So 41 seconds without a faceless Void means a guaranteed tower. With a tiny. Like, you don't go any further than this, right? Like, you still look to go down.
Radiant's top tower is under Radiant's top tower
They might
has
still go.
fallen.
The Void, without the Void, it's very difficult Team Spirit. Oh, they actually just give them a freebie.
Oh, it's with the cold down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As S4 jukes it around the tree line. Is he looking
Dire's
for
bottom
revenge? He's
tower
got
is
Sonic
under
Wave, and
attack.
always want to fly towards so they can see him, and yeah, always want to fly going to go down. S4 just looking to pick off the pieces. He ain't a seeker. And with a Sonic Wave, and you can see where it goes to wall. Now the boy's going to crow him, but where's the support? The Sunstride's going to hit hard. They need a good time lock from this one, and
Dire's
S4,
bottom tower
can he get
is under
away?
attack.
The whole S4, he can't get out in time.
Hardly.
Over 1.1k gold goes the way of Faceless Void. That'll finish up the Vladimir's offering. But he's still got a lot of
Dire's
picks
bottom
before he
tower
died.
is under
He was
attack.
time dilated with like 0.1 second cooldown on Blink, so he couldn't get it off. He had plenty of time to blink, but the cooldown obviously was locked in place. That was still some really ballsy play from S4, honestly. At the end of the day, I think it was a pretty even trade actually. Him getting Gyro, Spirit, but then dying to Void. Void getting all this gold is very crucial for them. It should be his.
It's the
Guessing
Vlad.
his Vlad's coming out. Yeah, he has that now. Ramsey's BKB is only 800 away. And
Got boots of travel for Iceberg as well.
Alliance may be overextending there a little bit. They're still maintaining a good lead and should be looking toward Roche very soon when it spawns here in like about 30 seconds.
Where did Iceberg actually get all this money? So now he's got BTs. Which does delay up his ag and himself, but he's got another 1400 gold. He can pick up the point boost now and sacrifice his buyback. But it's just kind of, and I'm only thinking that because I don't know when he's going to have another opportunity to move out to his own shop. Safely.
Yeah, his goal right now might just be to split push as much as he can just to buy time. For Jared to get the BKB obviously, and for himself to then build it into his Ags. I still think Ags is the way.
I suppose he is the only split pusher in the game for them.
Yeah.
You can have Jara doing quick defense. How's Jara looking as well? Like, he's got the Mithril Hammer and 900 gold. So yeah, that BKB timing isn't too far out. Let's keep our eyes on Roshan. He does spawn up in 5 seconds time. We flagged this many times
Dire's
during our
top
wonderful
tower
pause
is
of
under
build time.
attack.
Where Alliance, like, this is their critical thing. I'm actually surprised that that Hawk is moving over and not watching Roshan.
Radiant's
In fact, S4's
bottom
gonna walk
tower
in,
is under
realize
attack.
that Roshan's alive, and everyone's gonna move back over now.
Yeah, at the same time, this split push from Ake is actually pretty strong. The troll creep being buffed as much as it has been from the Skeleton Warriors will bring this tower down to almost deny range. So if they get both the tower and Roche, actually, they're worried about this smoke rotation from Team Spirit, so reading the map very well. Relocate is available, and I think Alliance's play here might just be push to Loda as so much that the enemy team has to defend, and then you relocate and kill Roche. Seems to be the idea. So.
Let's break out of his mode to kill off the Hawk. And he's gonna leave 4 spirits inside the pit. But yeah, you're right, this is the best play. Like, why does Alliance have to fight 5v5? Like, they don't have to. Mega So Team Spirit has to choose the trade. But this is what Alliance just functions so well at. Like, they know exactly what they can get away with. I guess not even just like a default like rack kind of style, but I didn't even think that really applies here. It's just you know what is going to be the better trade You force heroes
Radiant's
to TP
middle
back
tower
and defend
is
on
under
top.
attack.
You saw the gyrocopter there, which means you know Roshan pit is a lot more open.
Yeah.
And Iceberg, like, what's he gonna do now? He's gonna sunstrike, like, scan for this. Yeah, exactly what he's gonna do, but it's already too late. Your objective is in there. Roshan's in half-life, they cannot reach it in time.
And this is going to be Loda getting the aces and then speed keeping, and then we're looking at the high ground. Also, if they can force time for that prediction to be wrong. Loda needs 300 gold. He's going to take the thing. I think it's Ghost Heaven right after. And I see Alliance wanting to wait around any longer.
Iceberg bought out, man. He bought a Blink Dagger, not the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, well, if they think the GG push is coming now, then it's better than having a point booster, probably. Right now, just having that bit of mobility. I'm not sure this is the right approach, but again, from a split push perspective, this item is better. Like, it allows you to go an extra bit further. You can't really get relocated on because you can just blink away. So that part of it is definitely good. But in the raw 5-on-5 team fight,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, this is nice for Team Spirit. It's taken them almost 24 minutes to do,
Dire's
but they're going to finally get a
structures
tier
are
1 tower.
fortified.
yep.
There's Alliance, there's little reason to defend this. Like, they're already going to be filling us a bait. And always when a flyers are going to amplify everything. Like, that Veil of Discord
Dire's
pickup
top
is
tower
really
is
just
falling.
enabling Ramsey.
It's so good for their lineup in general. Veil is exceptional.
Radiant's bottom
It's good on
tower
Earth
is
Spirit
under
alone. Like,
attack.
you would buy it, but then you also have Fall Down, you also have Rocket Barrage, you have, I guess, no Shadow Poison yet, nope, but all Invoker spells are obviously smart and Sunstrike, have really good
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Here we
has
go.
fallen.
Alliance starting to push out bottom.
Yeah, still got one remaining tower outside to
That
kill off.
rotation top from Team Spirit might have actually pushed Alliance far enough, not deciding to go high ground just yet. We're gonna take the mid tier 2 instead, it looks like. So building their advantage before they go in.
They're still burning time on the Aegis while they do it. Like, they've almost used 2 minutes out of the 5 of the Aegis.
And Alliance, they're just looking for an opening. Bulldog is out scouting with the summons. If they find anyone, they can raw relocate and kill off. But Team Spirit are reading the map pretty well right now and not getting caught out. Still, they lost the Ancients like you talked about. That stack is now being taken by Loda.
Yeah.
And Alliance, they should be building it pretty, yeah. They've gained quite a bit of gold in the last few minutes. They're still farming. So,
That boy's gonna get out of there now. Beastmaster. All the next units were still up. Originally, I think these guys were only intended to being like a D-ward, realizing the Team Spirit moved aggressively through the Alliance jungle. But now you got the Void that sidelines for 42 seconds. The push down mid is the trade-off now from Team Spirit.
Dire's middle tower is under
So they
attack.
try and force Alliance to turn around.
Dire's
Fortification's
structures
available
are
for Alliance. If they
fortified.
want to try and fight this, they can do it. Relocate's available for EGM too, but Team Spirit just knock on the door, and that brings Alliance back. So the opening isn't really created by having Void on the sideline.
just getting trades right now from Team Spirit is just very good. They end up not getting the tower, but they bought quite a lot of time.
Dire's bottom
They
tower
just take
is
bottom
under
tower
attack.
instead.
Yeah.
Like Iceberg.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under
Well, that
attack.
bottom lane though, Loda, he actually gets the 10-second BKB duration of Ramsey's burst. Caught him out in
Radiant's
the bottom lane.
middle tower is under
Alright, Alliance,
attack.
you've got 50 seconds. Let's go.
EGM. Oh, 8 HP! He drops to 8.
Calculated.
He could not calculate. Okay, maybe he could have with max Sunstrike, because that wasn't a max Sunstrike. But 8 HP EGM living life on the edge. Loda's still working into this Assault Cuirass. He's actually got... Okay, so it's the mech recipe coming out to EGM. On the courier.
Disruption.
It feels like they're just trying to buy time. Like the kick comes through, they slow down Loda. Your current, like every ulti is up for Team Spirit. They got everything apart from the money for a Blink Dagger on Void. Like that'll be like the only thing they're missing right now.
A pretty good position here, just trying
Radiant's
to get some
middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And Alliance will play it safe once again and farm up. This Aegis is not going to be used at this rate. They will get the AC. Maybe they're going to wait for the next Roche after this one. Just a couple of things that happened in the last 5 minutes kind of have delayed them. I don't think they were, with the early game they had, that they were planning for it to take this long. But Team Spirit have been making quite a few good plays in the last 5 to 10 minutes that have Put them in
it's
a
stalled the
fighting
game.
position at least.
This is what I was worried about. Like, and this is the reason why like I put a longer time duration on this game. I just don't feel like they can just run into Team Spirit, because if one fight goes wrong, then you give Team Spirit a window of opportunity to get back into this game with just a really farmed up gyrocopter and great control from the rest of Team Spirit. If 2 fights go wrong, then maybe you actually lose the game. But right now they're just
Radiant's
not wanting
bottom
to take the risk.
tower
They
is
slow it
under
up.
attack.
Don't lose the opportunities. Half-life, twinkling, forward, catch the Beastmaster, Iceberg on the He's chasing up the red, wants a big kill. He wants the gyrocopter. Everyone else is just like, well, it's a consolation prize. The blink ball from S4, he's got him. The Shadow Strike will connect. Ramsey attempts the TP out in time, and he's actually
Radiant's
going to
middle
survive.
tower is under attack.
S4 flicked in, Iceberg then holds down. First on outside, back to Iceberg. There's just so much damage coming out from Arcade. Those Lancers just flying.
Radiant's
So 4
middle
heroes
tower
lost
is
to
under
Team Spirit.
attack.
The gyrocopter remains alive.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Just
Radiant's
barely.
bottom
That's
tower
their
is
best.
under attack.
I mean, they can defend.
There's still no Aegis in the hands of Lotus. That's got to be kept in mind.
Got no on it.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
Radiant's
Ramsey's
middle
stalled
tower
out.
has
He doesn't
fallen.
have well, he's got 2 charges of Black Hand available.
Yeah, it's too late.
So he can just kick him. That rack, okay, up the line. He's trying
Radiant's
to distract
middle
him with
barracks
something
has
to
fallen.
dissuade Alliance from continuing this attack. And they're able to do so. Alliance will just settle for the melee racks. They got another, like, maybe 2 minutes until Roshan's up.
Lotus making so much progress on the items. He's got his AC plus another 1300 gold ready. Right now.
Shiva's just got finished as well on S4.
They're closing in on a 20k lead right now. It's starting to look very good now. That was the fight that they couldn't lose that hard and still have a fighting chance in the game. Again, Alliance can just chill and take the next rush, and then that one will have Aegis and Cheese. And then I dare say, then this game won't go in. Like that's like the limit of how well Spirit can handle this game.
I'm kind of surprised that in a game like this, you're going for a butterfly build over on a gyrocopter. Like, isn't that normally the item you go when you feel like you're getting good momentum?
The evasion is very nice against a hero like he hits super hard, and the evasion will allow you to have a chance of man fighting. The attack speed is great for dealing out your damage very quickly with getting all the flak cannon hits off. Because their lineup wants to burst, right? They don't
Dire's
want
top
Alliance to
tower
get a chance
is
to
under
reset
attack.
and go with their wisp.
Mm-hmm.
So from that perspective, I can see it. The problem is the evasion doesn't work against the cleave. So if Lotus hitting someone else, he's still going to take the full damage instead of having a tank item. I don't know. I don't know if there's a better choice, honestly. I'm just trying to think of what he could get. He could go for a rapier and just, you know, full YOLO it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been against that, because if you're Team Spirit right now, you have to realize how far behind you are. At the same time, he doesn't have very good items for activating rapier. Attack speed is below without.
Dire's
Unless
middle
Invoker
tower
wants to
is
start
under
giving him
attack.
black ready.
That is true. They could play with that, but it's only
Dire's
level 2
middle
wins.
tower has
Yeah.
fallen.
But not that terrific. It's still something though, and they need to actually make sure that Ramses is buffed up as much as they can for these fights. Keep him alive. It looks like Team Spirit. No reason to wait. They're going to come into mid lane to try and fight, but Alliance already smoked up and prepared for this. Loda, as the poison from Dota out, they go on just tries to man mode again, but it's Arcade with the damage to range doesn't work, and now the bonus being kicked in. But Arcade is on EGM, they're playing the combo game, it's actually the case. They've lost 5 heroes, triple kill for S4. The only sacrificial lamb was April Bulldog.
That was not a good chrono. He actually caught 2 allies and 1 enemy in that chrono, and for that to work, I think going for the chrono cost to be absolutely right one.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
They have to track the flank play, but catches 2 of his allies on the edge of it, and then no one is there to deal damage.
Radiant's middle barracks is
We're
fallen.
talking like 50 range, and most of them they were just inside the edge of it. Need of the moment you gotta make decisions
Radiant's
there, but
top barracks has
yeah.
fallen.
I think even a perfect chrono that is still losing. There's the only place.
Radiant's top
Try,
barracks
have a
has
try.
fallen.
EGM. 80 seconds on the sideline for him, and S4 also blinks at the tree line. A quick poison from Gold like Tornado, and the second too late. They got 1,400 gold for killing off the Tiny. The downside is it all went to the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
But at least he can afford an Ether Lens shortly. As if the Courier, yeah, actually he's got it now. But you've just lost your mid racks, you've just lost your top racks. But Team Spirit will fight to the end. Is that a... Okay, it's Loda's Demon Edge.
Yeah, he almost has him, Kibby. He has one Javelin in his stash. So, Alliance, yeah, they're gonna get the next rush when Loda spawns, and then they're gonna go bottom with MKB. Just go hit hard. He's already preparing for that butterfly on Gyro, which, as it looks right now, will be coming up before the game ends. Getting a decent chunk of gold here from this top wave with a few hundred to go. But Alliance just has so much margin for error now. When they get that Aegis 25k complete, 20k XP, make a lot of misplays and still be perfectly fine.
I just find it interesting that this is like, this isn't exactly how this match would roll out. Like Team Spirit, the two fights they lost. The first one happened like up in this area here, like with the Faceless Void being aggressive, trying to find an opening. The second fight happens a little bit further up in mid lane, up here. He's gonna go down. Like this is what they wanted to do in the mid lane. Like a quick pick and then just get the hell back and have more control of the time. But they fought all the time to win fights. Well, it was outside there, and then Alliance took it. But here's where his high ground defense is up.
But at the same time, you can't keep conceding map control with their lineup. You can't just let Alliance farm everything with this Tiny. You know which way it's going to go, so you have to look for plays, and it is difficult, and there is always a better position to take the fights in, but Alliance are a clever team. They're not going to give you that position. So they're just going to... If Team Spirit hide in their base, Alliance like, cool, I'll put a Hawk outside your base, and we'll farm both jungles and all three lanes. The game will end as well.
Dire's middle tower is under
Looks like
attack.
the Alliance going to concede this tier 2 tower.
Dire's
30 seconds until
structures
S4's
are
back
fortified.
again. Fortification will buy him a fair chunk of time. And they just used Ramses on the front line. Loda can't hit him because he obviously
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Not Blink Dagger. The bottom lane also pushing a little bit too far. The Team Spirit will have to retreat. So they just concede the mid tower. But this now gives, I believe Ramses, yeah, let's actually just move to our buyback stats. This is probably the most critical menu right now.
He used it before.
He did, so he's got 4 minutes until that's back off cooldown. The Earth Spirit will have his though. Like it's off cooldown in 5 seconds and get 100 gold.
What was it I said? There's no way in hell this game goes beyond 40. That was my literal quote, right?
Yeah, it was.
That
What
was
did
like
I
how
say?
far I was willing to stretch how well Team Spirit could do.
I think I said 42 minutes.
Space
Did I say
Alliance
42?
give.
I don't even remember what
Yeah,
I
you said 42 to 47 or something like that. And I was like, no way. We're actually closing in on it, but I do think this here is the end of the road for Team Spirit
Yeah.
as far as this game.
If Team Spirit don't, like, this is it for the fight. Like, if Alliance take a big fight here, then this game is over. But, Team Spirit, this time for the first time, they're actually defending with 5 players inside their base. The Disruptor's already over on Loda. Let's get some of them as well. On Loda, the random, Isaac Murdoch, kick one. It's almost all of Team Spirit. Half-time aside in Arcade, but they've lost practically everything.
Radiant's bottom tower is fallen. Radiant's bottom
The kills of Team Spirit, taking it in 36 minutes,
The dice
32
now
to
have
6. They were the favorite with the king.
They gave Team Spirit a little bit of space and made a couple of smaller mistakes that all add up, but still, there was no point in this game when you felt like Team Spirit had a real fighting chance after minute 10. It just seemed like at some point you just knew this was going to happen. And in that last fight, Bulldog with a couple of style points, getting the double roar, and Tiny just clubs everyone down during it. Good Sonic Wave as well. So, yeah,